some joy. Joy.
Oh, shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Shalom, brothers and sisters out there. This is the Brother Itazayah and Itazayah Razamath, Apostle of the Most High. And I want to talk to you about a situation / topic that came up. There's been a new church that's been going online now, where anybody can be a pastor, anybody can be a minister. It's called the Universal Life Church. And on this website, it shows you how easy it is to be a pastor. You don't even have to have no knowledge of God, no knowledge of the Bible. You can even be an atheist. The Rock, aka Dwayne Johnson, the same one that's in the ring, throwing people around and doing movies, he's actually a minister now. The singer and songwriter that goes by the name Lady Gaga, yes, she's also a minister also now, and she's able to do weddings. The comedian Conan O'Brien, he's also a minister now. Yeah, they're serious about what they're doing by playing with the Most High's word and making others, causing a stumbling block between others. We're going to go to 2 Corinthians 11th chapter. All right, this is 2 Corinthians 11. All right, it says, "For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ." Yes, these people right here, this Universal Life Church, the followers of this church, these are what? These are false apostles. They're not talking about the law of the Most High. They're not coming through this book, the Bible right here. They're what? Speaking about their own opinion of things, right? That's where the Most High, he's telling you, he's trying to say, watch out for this church. You're going to have a lot of celebrities come out of nowhere. Why? Because celebrities are stars. That's why, and it tells you in the Bible, you shall not worship the sun, moon, and stars. And a nickname for a celebrity is a star, and that's what these celebrities are. They call themselves stars. I'm going to read 14. It says, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." Yeah. So I'm going to go to Galatians 6 and 7 because I got to expose this church right here. All right. Before it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Because a lot of people, they think that this truth is serious. Yeah, people sin here and there. But the thing is, when you start promoting it amongst the brethren, start promoting it, that is all right. Promoting that anybody can be a minister just like that. It's not that simple. This is Galatians 6 and 7. "Be not deceived. God is not mocked." All right. So remember, the Most High, you're not mocking the Most High by pushing this universal church with the Reverend Rock and everything. You're not really mocking God like that. I mean, we already know about the Pastor T.D. Jakes and everything, going around doing his well-known speaking in tongues known as glossolalia. It says this: "Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Yeah, you shall reap what you sow. In other words, that's, if you want to know what that means, whatever you plant in the ground, you're going to get it back. So as for this church, you're going around saying that anybody can be a pastor. Kim Long-un wants to be a past minister, then they'll probably call him a minister. He wants to push communism, which is really the normal matter of churches. Most church leaders are communists. Because 9 times out of 10, if you look at many of the members in churches, they don't say according to the Bible they do this. They say, oh, because my pastor told me so. My pastor said it's okay. So let me read it again. Galatians 6 and 7. It says this: "Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that shall he reap." Exactly. So in other words, he's already talking about Reverend Rock. He's talking about Reverend Rock, Reverend Gaga, Reverend O'Brien, all those fake ministers. All right. Acts 20:29, because we have to prove all things. All right. So this is Acts the 20th chapter, the 29th verse. All right. So this is Paul. He already talks about what's going to go on in the future. It says this, Acts 20:29. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Grievous wolves. So he's already telling you. So that already showed you that the majority of people in these churches are grievous wolves. If you know a church that has 1 million followers, you should already have, and they're saying they're Baptist, Methodist, or Catholic, you should already have in the back of your mind that can't be a real church. The Bible already says that Christ is going to save those. He said he's going to save those ones that believe in him. But it says that, number one, only a few are chosen, right? Right? And he says, and it didn't say, I'm just going to save a bunch of Methodists, a bunch of Catholics, a bunch of Episcopalians. He says he's going to save the elect. So all these people that can be like Christians or followers of Christ just by applying to something online, you know, they're liars. Now I'm going to read verse 29 again. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Verse 30, also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after themselves. Yeah, now you're going to have disciples of the rock. Yeah, going around. Yeah, saying the people's Reverend. Yeah, the rock going on with that eye, and also that Baphomet symbol on his arm. Yeah, if you know what the people's Reverend is saying. Well, that's what they're saying. That's what this Reverend is going around. Reverend Rock. Yeah. So let me read 30 again. Also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after themselves. Yeah, that's what it says in the Holy Bible. Now, let me continue reading. Because this right here is Revelations 2:2, because it talks about the liars of the church. How many of the church members, they are liars, right? So this is Revelations 2:2. It says this. I know thy works, and thy labor, right, and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles, and are not, and hast found them liars. So what was they lying about? Anybody can be an apostle. That it's all right to just do whatever you want. No, the Most High knows exactly what he's talking about. The Most High, he already knows about this. So he already says that these guys, they're liars. So all these things, I'm gonna continue reading to let you know something important is about that. He says, let me read this again. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou cannot bear which cannot bear them which are evil, and has tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and has found them liars. And they tell a lot of lies. And one of the things that they do lie in these churches was having a woman as a pastor. That's one thing that you're not supposed to be doing, having females as a pastor, because the Most High, he already commanded. He says that a woman shall not teach. But who do you have? Gaga, Lady Gaga, up there teaching and everything around. Now I'm gonna go to verse 2:14. This is Revelations 2:14. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold a doctrine of Balaam. That's idol worship. That's why in this universal church you can worship any god you want. Who taught Balak to cast stumbling blocks before the children of Israel, to show you those are the real Christian, the Israelites, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, such as swine's flesh, which is pushed around in the majority of the churches, and to commit fornication, to sleep around in the church, which was going on in most churches nowadays. So, and it says this, so hast thou them that hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which I hate. Whoa. So Christ said he hates that doctrine. Now we're going to go to verse 20. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calls herself a prophetess. A lot of these women in the churches, they don't just call themselves ministers. They have to push them on a pedestal. They call themselves prophetess, deaconess, bishopess. That's the nickname that they're calling each other in these churches, right? Which to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, saying it's all right, just like Minister Gaga is saying. Like, you could do whatever you want, sleep around with anything you want, and then eat things sacrificed unto idols. Yeah, she's into that Satan worship. And for her to actually do so many things, like she has a video called Swine. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Swine, where she's dancing around in perverse manners with other women. And this is supposed to be a minister of God. This is somebody that's supposed to go around and tell about God's judgment. I mean, come on. How can a minister of God be pushing so much perversity? I mean, just think about it. This is supposed to be, number one, it talks about women being ministers, and they're not supposed to be ministers in the first place because things like this happen. Yeah, she's actually dancing around, acting a fool, doing things disgusting in this video called Swine. Yeah. So I'm going to go to 1 Timothy 2 and 12. Yeah, that's what happens when you put female ministers up. Now, a lot of people, they get upset about it, but this is what the words of God says. Like I said, and a lot of people say they do it not because of the Bible, because their pastor says it's okay. Their communist pastor said it's okay. Pastor. Just similar rhymes with massa. Whatever massa/pastor says. Alright? 1 Timothy 2 and 12. It says this. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over a man, but to be in silence. So any woman that call themselves teachers or a church and everything, or ministers. And plus, if y'all, and we already have a video out here online that talks about should a woman teach. Alright? And there's another video that we did that shows the difference between a teacher, a woman who's a minister, and a prophetess. So because you did have females who were prophetess, but they didn't have like a whole disciples amongst them. They were not teaching in large churches. They only went for advices. There's a video we did on that. So let me read 1 Timothy 2 and 12 again. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over man, but to be in silence. That's what they have to do. Be in silence. Yes, let's go to Jude. 1st chapter and 4th verse. Yeah, because it's like everything is just messed up with this Universal Life Church. Alright, so this is Jude, 1st chapter, 4th verse. It says, for there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before ordained to this condemnation, meaning they were always just ready to be destroyed. That it was those vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, these wicked, vile, disgusting men. Because that's the ones that's under this Universal Life Church that made The Rock the Reverend, that made Conan O'Brien a minister, that made Gaga a reverend now. Ungodly men turning the grace of our God into lasciviousness, constant lust, love, and desire, and sexual lust. That's what's being pushed in these churches, and denying the only Lord God, our Lord Jesus Christ, or in Hebrew, Yahawashy Hamashayach. So why do I say that? What's with this Universal Life Church? Because in this Universal Life Church, it says anybody can be a pastor. Anybody, yes. It says they don't discriminate. Meaning, if you ever look at the logo of the Universal Life Church, they show the different logos of different religions, of Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, shamanism, all types of religion. The LGBT, which is a religion also. Every single religion, they said they can join as one. That's why it's called Universal Life Church. Now, I just want to let you know, this wasn't the first Universal Life Church that started that. Another Universal Life Church started that a long time ago. under a guy named Constantine. He was the one who helped push the first Universal Life Church, and they called it the Catholic Church because the word Catholic comes from the root word Catholos, something like that, which means universal. That's why he was able to get all religions into one. That's why they had the rosary beads that they got from the Buddhist monks. That's where those rosary beads came from. That's why you had Easter, they got that from the Celtic Druids. That's why you had Easter coming on. That's where you got Christmas, the birth of Nimrod, December 25th, which the Romans adopted as Saturnalia, and they've been following Christmas ever since. Yeah. Yes, and how you know, even like if you know about the Borgias, there's a part in the Borgias that they took down where Rodrigo or Pope Alexander said, he says, listen, Easter has been celebrated already before Christianity by the Romans. That they've been, even though all this was the first Universal Life Church, where you had all types of things, the Sunday worship. Even though the original Sunday worship started even before the Catholic Church, it started with a guy named Saint Ignatius. He started that, and that happened right after Paul died and things like that. But anyway, that's a whole another topic. And he was saying that the true holy day was the 8th day. It goes into, but anyway, that's something else. But the Catholic Church was the first Universal Life Church. Now we have another Universal Life Church, even more stronger and more perverse than the Catholic Church. This one, and the reason why they made Gaga a reverend, because to push that she's that new Virgin Mary. Yeah, that new whore of Babylon. That's what she wanted. She wanted to be that new Virgin Mary, because the Virgin Mary that's pushed in the Catholic Church has nothing to do with the mother of Christ, but Semiramis, the mother of Nimrod. Yes, that's what that Catholic Church says, and that's what Gaga is representing, that new Mother Mary. And then they have who? The Rock. They push him as a reverend because he's supposed to be like Michael, that great angel. That's why he always showing his muscles and everything. He's that new reverend now. Then you got Conan O'Brien, the new jester of the church. It's this big, they're starting from the ground up. This thing is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. They already tell you they have thousands of ministers, and it's so easy to be a minister. Conan O'Brien made fun of his own ministry. He did a video on showing you how easy it is to be a minister, and he made fun of it.
Before I can marry Scott and David, I have to first become a minister. Now, there was a time when becoming a minister would take years of intense theological study. But thankfully, in the age of the internet, I can go online and become a minister in just a few minutes. Instant online ordination. This is fantastic. And look, it covers every religion. There's a yin-yang symbol. There's a Star of David. There's what appear to be 2 radio towers, and then all kinds of other stuff. I realize I'm probably showing a bit of an insensitivity towards other religions, but it's just ignorance. And I think ignorance is an excuse. First name, middle name, Christopher O'Brien. Okay, here it says email. I am over age 13. Yes. Submit ordination request. Welcome, Conan Christopher O'Brien, to the Worldwide Congregation of Universal Life Church Ministers. Feels really good because looking back over the long process, all the work, the intense amount of sacrifice, very satisfying to finally, 2.5 minutes later, get this honor.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, you already saw it. I mean, Conan O'Brien, he makes fun of his own ministry. He's like saying, that's all you have to do. 1 click, a minister. Oh, you're above the age of 16, you could be a minister. You don't even have to believe in God. I mean, come on. This is the Roman Catholic Church on steroids. I mean, it's crazy. Let's go to Isaiah 32:5. Yeah. Oh, it's getting crazy out there. Isaiah 32:5. It says, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. So you're not going to have all the vile person. Like, what they're doing is vile. So liberal mean at free. Because when Christ comes back, it's like, Most High is going to pause all that. He's gonna pause all that wickedness. He's gonna say, nah, you ain't gonna just walk around how you want to. He's gonna expose them by the true apostles. They're gonna show you who these vile people are. The vileness of the Rock. Yes, stay in entertainment. Now he wants to be a minister, doing movies. The Conan O'Brien, the jester, the false virgin, Gaga, and you know she ain't no virgin, knowing what she gets down with. I wouldn't I know she even probably suspect with animals too. Yes, that's that vileness. And then right here, let's continue to read. For the vile person will speak violently in his heart and will work iniquity. They're showing you right in your face. In the heart will work iniquity, practice hypocrisy. Yeah, they saying that they're now Christian ministers, but Christ even said, you know them by their fruits. Yes, to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, because many of these guys are millionaires, but they don't want to open shelters for the homeless and everything like that. They just want to show and push that worship of Baphomet, the wicked spirit, all that. That's what one thing they want to push. And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Yeah. Now it says the instruments also of the churl are evil. Yeah, what he was saying. What he was saying, the churl. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, telling lying things. Anybody could be a part of this church. Anybody. You just be 16. Like Conan O'Brien exposed his own ministry in front of you. Conan O'Brien did that. The same Conan O'Brien that made fun of Cory Booker and everything. He's a minister, making fun of his own ministry. Yeah, that's how it is. It says, with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Yes, when people who are poor, they say the right things to do. They say, yo, look, you're not supposed to be doing this. But still, that's what they do. They follow all these wicked things. Let's go to Ephesians, the 5th chapter. 5th chapter and the 2nd verse. Because the Most High, he's exposing these people. He's exposing them for pushing the wicked deeds that they're doing. Alright? Ephesians 5 and 2. It says this. And walk in the love as Christ also have loved us. Meaning you're supposed to walk according to the law, what the law says. And has given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet smelling savor, because he represents the Passover lamb. That's the whole meaning of the Passover. Alright? But fornication means sleeping around with woman after woman after woman, and all uncleanness, including eating swine's flesh, because it says the swine is unclean to you. Yes, it says all uncleanness. Let me just pull this out of Leviticus 11, because people, that's what they push in a regular communist church, which is the Baptist, Pentecostal, and Catholic. It says this, Leviticus 11 and 7. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean unto you. Of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcasses ye shall not touch. They are unclean to you. Let me read this in Ephesians 5 and 3. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetous, let it not be once named amongst you as being saints. Yeah, that if you want to be a saint, that's not going to be named amongst you. But this Universal Life Church, this wicked, it's like the Catholic Church on steroid. This is what the Catholic Church is really about. This is the Catholic Church after the veil is lifted. This Universal Life Church. And all the other Protestant churches are just like the Catholic Church. They just hide it. It says, verse 4, neither filthiness, like that little swine video that Gaga did, no foolish talking, like what The Rock is always doing. His little, like, people would never realize that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, would actually be a minister. That even shocked me. Nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Yeah, exactly. You're still always supposed to give thanks to the Most High. That's the whole thing. And this is the reason why people don't take the church today serious, because they keep doing stuff like that. That's why you had like Walter Hampton the second. He made a whole video called Reverend JJ, and he was exposing many of these pastors. He was just going to, he's also a comedian / artist, but he showed Reverend JJ, and exposed many pastors got upset because he did the video. Here's a little clip of the video of Reverend JJ.
Good evening. Tonight is the very first night of my live streaming broadcast from Bedside Baptist Church. I'm the Reverend J.J. Brown, and I'm here tonight to begin our service. I'm sorry I was running a little late tonight. Somebody had parked in my goddamn parking spot. I don't know why. The sign clearly says Reverend J.J. Brown, not Juanita Jackson. So one of the sisters, Reverend Juanita Jackson, had parked her car in my spot. And I called a tow truck to get that heifer's car towed away. That old raggedy Cadillac parked in my damn spot. But anyway, so I'm running a little late. And we're going to get past that issue. She's going to get past having her Cadillac towed. And we're going to start off tonight. You know, I've been studying the Bible tonight as well. I wanted to start this service out on something special, something unique, something. This is my first broadcast. And most of the time, most times I read from the Bible while having my vodka and cranberry. But tonight, no vodka and cranberry. My doctors told me to stay away from that for a little while because I got a little stomach ulcer, so I want that to clear on that from excessively drinking. Well, we're going to pray on that. And we're going to put that to the side. And we're going to open up our Bible to Isaiah 65, verse 22, the glorious new creation. Behold, my servant shall sing for the joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Let me see. I just opened up this Bible. I just opened this up, and it opened to Isaiah chapter 65, verse 14. And behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You don't hear that howling in the background, but that's that half of that screaming hollering because a Cadillac got towed tonight. See, has she?
So you already saw what Walter did. That's Walter Hampton, and he speaks his mind all the time. He's from Atlanta and everything. He's a guy just weightlifting and everything. He's also an atheist because he used to be a Jehovah's Witness, but he's an atheist now because he saw so much BS that happens in the churches. Like they'll say, oh, turn the other cheek in this, but they're the first one up in your face over some, oh, you didn't pay enough of your offerings today, or the pastoral offering and all this and things like that. But that's that BS that's in the church. The wicked church is the Catholic Church, the Protestant, the Methodist, the Baptist, anybody that's under the banner of Sunday worship, which goes all the way back to that first Universal Life Church, which is the Catholic Church. Let's go to Matthew 7:15. All right? Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raven wolves, just like we exposed T.D. Jakes, right? Well, there's a more wickeder church than the church that T.D. Jakes is from, this Universal Life Church, and it's getting bigger. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs? No. So in other words, figs of thistles. So you're going to know them by their fruits. So if God is a minister, why is she still doing videos where she's throwing stumbling blocks in front of people? Things like that. That swine video was disgusting. I mean, I want to show the full video, but still some of it is so X-rated that I just can't show it. I mean, and The Rock, yeah, he's a comedian, an artist, a wrestler. I mean, come on now. And Conan O'Brien, who exposed his own ministry. Let's go to verse 21. It says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. You have to follow the law, the statutes and commandments. Follow the Sabbath day. Honor your parents. You have to teach righteousness. You're not supposed to teach deceitful things. Verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in thy name? And it says, in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. Then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. He says, you're going to act like that. He never knew you. You're over there teaching men to be fornicators, to be unclean, to do all sorts of disgusting lewd lasciviousness, and got just the nerve to call yourself a reverend. See, the thing is, everybody sin, but when you promote it out there and teach people that it's all right to have a Universal Life Church out there where anybody of any religion, any lifestyle can be a minister just by pressing a button, like Conan O'Brien shows how much people have fallen from grace. Let's go to Jude 1:11. All right, it says, woe unto them, for they have gone the way of Cain, and run greedily after the error of Balaam, and reward and perish in the gainsaying of Corey. He's talking about these wicked ministers, like that that church, that Universal Life Church. These are spots in your feast of charity when they feast with you. Yeah, because many of them, these people, they want to sneak in your congregation, want to be nice to you, and they'll invite you to the Universal Life Church. They'll have food ready and everything, feeding themselves without fear. They don't care about the Most High's judgment. Clouds they are without water. Yeah, because they can't produce nothing when they're speaking. They speak in their own mind, carried about by the winds. The winds are unclean spirits. They have unclean spirits all about them. Trees whose fruit withered, without fruit, twice dead, because they're already dead in their minds, and they're going to die in that second death, plucked up from the roots, meaning they were never even good from the start. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame. Wandering stars, the planets, just like the planets, he given an example, because the planets, they're wandering stars. All stars are in their course, so planets are the only ones that go out their course. Same thing with this Universal Life Church. The priests, they actually preach things against the Bible. All right? To whom reserved is the blackness of darkness forever. And that's just Universal Life Church with the Reverend Rock and everything. I mean, this is just the beginning of sorrows that we heard about. I mean, this Universal Life Church is telling you that they don't care. I mean, they chose to have Conan O'Brien, Reverend Conan O'Brien, Reverend Gaga, and Reverend Rock. And the weird thing is, the Most High said he's the only one that's Reverend. The word Reverend means to be feared. That's what it means. That's also pushes why many of these churches out here, the regular churches, it's a communist tactic, where the pastor or the reverend is on top. The word reverend is one to be feared. That's what reverence means too. You have to fear him, just like you fear the communist dictator. You have to fear these reverends. So just like the new reverends, Lady Gaga, you now have to fear her. She's now a reverend. Come on now. So I just wanted to give you a heads up about this wicked church that's over there making celebrities and everybody just ministers. All you have to do is just be over 16 years or older and just be happy to do it. And you can do it. It even tells you. That's how easy it is, how they're playing with the Most High's word. I mean, come on now. Most High seeing this. He's seeing you teaching people otherwise. I mean, come on. So with that, I just want to give you a heads up. Like it says that we're supposed to be the watchmen and give warning. So that's what I'm just doing. Me and the other apostles be out there giving warning. This is that new street ministry, that new camp that we're doing. The online camp reaching hundreds now. See, sometimes we do street ministry on the street, but it's time to also get people overseas, get people all over states, and you're doing that now online, because now a lot of people are waking up and seeing this wicked church for what it really is, the Universal Life Church. And with that, this is Brother Itazayah Razamath logging out from the Apostles of New Jerusalem. You could check us out online, anj12.com, and I say peace in Hebrew in the name of Hamashayach, Yahawashy, which is Jesus Christ. I say peace to all y'all out there. Peace be unto you. Peace. Shalom.